Hello everyone, there's just a few days left until your big exam, so I've put together a 3-day study plan for you to get started. And I know it's an easy time to freak out, but if you haven't started studying or you just need a little bit of guidance to push forward on these last few days, I've linked a template for the study plan in the description below, but I encourage you to watch along and follow all the details in this short video so that you can be set up for success and get the maximum of studying done in under 2 hours a day in the last 3 days leading up to your exam. Now I've broken the study plan down into 5 small tasks that you'll have to do every day using research-backed study strategy. You'll need a few materials to get started. One is a stack of flashcards, probably more than these, or you can use digital flashcards. It's easy to make flashcards using Google Slides or Quizlet. Course materials or any other study materials that you've put together. And don't worry, the study method will work even if you've taken really bad notes throughout the year. And then a source of practice questions. So you can pull these from a review book. I have 5 Steps to a 5 right here, but you can also go through your own textbook for class. There should be review questions there. You just want to make sure that your practice questions are as closely aligned as possible to the questions that'll be on the test. So if you're taking the AP Biology exam, you can go onto the College Board's website and find old released FRQs. If your teacher has provided you access to AP Classroom, there's lots of practice questions on that site as well. Or you can search on sites like Khan Academy, or I have a whole other video about where to find practice questions, so you can check that out in the link below. So a few things to note about this study plan. It is meant to be done in short, separate 20 to 30 minute chunks, not a 2-hour cram session every day. So hopefully you can break down these chunks into small pockets of time that'll fit into your schedule. Think about times during the day where you could really maximize your studying. This could be before school, during lunch, during your study hall, after school, or before you go to bed. All you need to do is find 5 pockets of time where you can get some of this done. And one of the really important parts here are the breaks. Your brain is going to need time to take a break from the information, process it, and then come back and be quizzed and tested on it later. So make sure you do not just go through without any breaks. If you do only have a big chunk of time, the breaks are still really important. So you want to make sure that you build in short little 5-minute breaks, at least 5 minutes long, in between each study activity. So for day 1, your first 20-minute activity, you can set a timer for 20 minutes. You want to review the scope and structure of the exam. So that's everything that's going to be on the exam, and then what type of questions, how long, what kind of points you'll get. And you can do this either from your teacher's materials or from materials that you find online. If you're taking AP Biology, I have lots of resources on what the exam looks like and the things that are going to be on that, so go ahead and check those out on my channel. You can also just pull out your syllabus and review it if you know that all the information from the course that year is going to be on the test. After you have this information in front of you, you know when the exam's taking place, where it is, all the materials that you'll need. I want you to go through all the content, even if it's just a bullet point list, and highlight or mark the pieces that you scored the lowest on this year on previous tests, or the things that you think are the most challenging. After you've done this, you're going to put all that material aside. Don't worry, you'll come back to it. So our second activity for day 1 is going to be practice questions. So get your practice question book or your online questions, set a timer, and do 20 to 30 minutes of practice questions. These can be multiple choice, they can be free response, they can be whatever style that you have access to, as long as you are getting questions and you are answering them on your own. Now, once that 20 to 30 minute timer is up, in the next 20 to 30 minute chunk, what you're going to do is grade your answers and start to build your flashcards. So now you're going to take your flashcards out, and for every answer that you got wrong, you're going to make some sort of flashcard about it. Say you missed a question on the Hardy-Weinberg equilibrium and you're not quite sure what 2PQ means. Go ahead and make a flashcard on that. Say you missed a question on cell communication and you're not really sure what the steps of a signal transduction pathway are, or a G protein linked receptor. Make flashcards for those. Then you're going to go through that list of materials that you had earlier and also make questions for the topics that you thought were the hardest. If there's any crossover between the ones that you got wrong and the ones that you previously marked, you don't need to make double flashcards unless there's additional information that you feel like you need to know. So we're up to our 4th study session now, and in this 4th period, you're going to actually go through those flashcards. For every flashcard, you're going to look at the front and then try to remember the information or the definition or the formula that's on the back. I would recommend going through the entire stack once without sorting it at all, and then if you have time, going through the stack a second time and sorting topics by returning the cards to the deck if you got it wrong and putting it in another pile if you got it right. And in your 5th study block for the day, I want you to pull up some sort of review video or material about something from the course that you feel like you need more help on. This can be something on a YouTube channel, this can be something that your teacher provided. There's lots of really helpful review materials, but make sure it's less than 20 minutes, or you can speed it up and watch it in a small 20-minute chunk. Something that's an hour long is not going to be very helpful to you at this point. Time is precious. And again, if any terms or information come up that you think you need to add to your flashcard pile, go ahead and do that. All right, we're on to day 2. You're going to start today with more practice questions. So a 20-minute practice question session whether that's free response, whether that's an essay question, whether that is multiple choice, go ahead and do it. Make sure you have your answers. And then in your second 20-minute chunk, you're going to grade yourself and look at the answers, making more flashcards for the questions you got wrong. In your third chunk of time on day 2, you're going to run through your flashcards again, start with the full deck, and then separate out the ones you don't know. In your fourth chunk of time, you're going to watch another review video on a topic that you're struggling with, adding to the flashcard pile if you need to. And then in your fifth chunk of time, you are going to do those flashcards one more time. We're already through day 2, and you've already done a lot of really good, important active studying strategies that are going to help you remember the information on test day. Get a good night's sleep, and then we're down to day 3, the last day before your test. Start today with a round of flashcards. Again, start with the full stack, separate out the ones you don't know, do the ones you don't know again. Get through the deck as many times as you can in your 20-minute chunk of time. You're going to go through another round, 20 minutes of practice questions, take a break, grade your practice questions, make more flashcards if you need to. And now because we are the day before the test, finally in your fourth chunk of time, you're going to watch another review video or video on something that you know you're still struggling with. Add flashcards if you need them. And then finally in your fifth chunk of time, you're going to go through the deck. Now this time I would focus really hard on the flashcards that you don't know. You can go ahead and put the ones that you're getting right all the time away because there's only hours left before the test. Now you really want to prioritize the things that you're struggling with. You can go through them as many times as you want in this 20-minute block of time. One bonus task I recommend on the day before the big test is to either exercise or meditate for at least 20 minutes. This will lower stress levels on the day of the test, help your brain feel more calm and ready to go on test day, and help you sleep better so that you'll be fully prepared with a good night's sleep. On the day of the test, I know this isn't part of the 3-day plan, but you can go through those flashcards one more time, prioritizing the ones that you get wrong still. Don't worry about doing any more practice questions or any more review videos unless you really want to. Hopefully this plan works for you. Let me know if you try it in the comments below. Remember, 5 small chunks of time every day, prioritize practice questions and flashcards. Best of luck on your exams. Thanks so much for watching. Give this video a like if it's been helpful, and I'll see you later.